Good morning. So I'm laughing to start with because I did an earlier video and it ran 59 minutes and God only knows what all was on it. Had 17 views. When I discovered it ran for 59 minutes, I forgot to turn it off and I downloaded it. Oh well, that's life. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to start again and do some more talking. You know I don't have no trouble talking. So I'm getting my iPad out, my big one. I'm doing this on my phone. And I was healed in my shoulder, and I want to thank the Lord for it, and all you that prayed for me. God bless you all. I hope you can hear me. I've got my hearing aids on. So I'm going to try to speak a little louder to make sure that y'all on the phones can hear me. So thank you, Jesus, for all your many blessings. And I caught that. So I'm just going to redo. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And so I'm trying again. And I am doing good. Thank you, Jesus. I had a good verse that I was sharing this morning. And this is good. This is a different one. But when the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. Proverbs 10:25. Isn't that good? When the storms of life come, and they come. Now, James is not feeling real great today, but he's a lot better. He's got a cough, no fever, nothing like that. He's eating good. And I've got my kitty cats in here with me this morning. One of them is over there playing with her. Maybe you can see her. Let me see. If you can see her. She's over there somewhere, playing with her. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I don't know. But she's over there playing with her toys on her toy box. There's the kitty litter boxes. When you got 3 cats, you have to have 2 big old kitty litter boxes. That's the law. You just have to. Anyhow, that's a good verse. When the storms of life come. And how do you know for sure they come to everybody? And so here we are, starting again. And this is hog killing time. And I'm going to tell you about how we used to kill hogs. I know some of you probably have heard me talk about it before, but a lot of you have not. So I was raised on a farm from the time I was 10 years old till I was 16. And we killed a big hog, a big old male hog, every fall. And Grandpa and them came over, and boy, that cat is having such fun, and I can just watch her. I wish y'all could see her. I don't know how to flip this. But anyway, we would kill this big old hog that Daddy just fattened up so we would have hams and sausage and fat back and pork loin and brains, and he ate the sweetbreads, which was the nuts. We called them nuts, sweetbreads. And they left that in a big old hog. So the brains were delicious. Daddy ate the other thing. Mommy cooked it for him, but we didn't eat it. And they were big at that time of year. So whenever we killed a hog, Daddy first took his gun out and shot it, which I avoided. One time I got to see it, and I didn't want to ever see it again. So anyhow, what he would do is take the truck and haul it over to where we had a big fire going with a big old tub that hog would lay all the way down in. I mean, it was 6 foot long, and that hog was a long hog. And they take it and tie it by its hind legs and hoist it up on a hoist till it's hanging there, and then they let it down into that boiling water. Of course, the first thing they did was remove the innards, its intestines and everything, and that went into another tub, which we took to the house, and Mom would clean those intestines, and they would be worms and all kinds of stuff in it. It was terrible to look at, and I saw it. So anyway, she cleaned them, and she made chitlins with them, and she would fry them up crispy, and they were good. But we had to scrape. See, the hot water, when we dropped that big hog in the hot water, that made the hair come loose. And I had a butcher knife about this long, and 2 or 3 of us, because it was a big old hog, we would scrape all the hairs off, because you know you can't have hairs on your fat back and on your chitlins and all, well, the chitlins are the intestines, but anyway, we scraped all the hair off, and then Daddy would give Norman the bladder, because Norman was the oldest, and you know you could take that bladder and blow it up, and it would turn into a balloon. It'd be about this big, pretty good size, and then we just bounce it around everywhere. That was one of the games we played, playing with that bladder of that hog. But that night for supper, we would have fresh pork loin, and Mom would chop it up and fry it and make biscuits and gravy, and it was so good. And then Daddy would take the head of the hog to Mom also, and she would make souse meat, which you cook it, and then you scrape all the hair off the ears and the heads, and of course we took the brains out and we fried up the brains. The brains are delicious, and we would have that the next day, fried hog brains. You could put some scrambled eggs in it, made it real good. Hog brains, I just loved them. You might could still buy them, I don't know for sure. At butcher shops, I know you could a few years ago, because I bought some and cooked them. So anyway, we would have hog brains, and then Daddy would bring the hams up, and he would sugar cure them or salt cure them, whichever he wanted to do, and hang them in the smokehouse. And then in the winter, he'd bring a ham in, and we'd slice that ham up, and we'd take some in our lunch. You'd take a biscuit and put a piece of ham in it and put it in your poke or your little lard bucket. That we would have these little lard buckets. Now Mom, she cooked out all the lard, and we saved it, but you would run out by the next year, and you put it in big crocks and put it in the basement, and then when you needed lard, you just go to the basement, get you enough lard to use for a while, because it didn't spoil in the basement. That lard would last a long time, and we used it all the time to fry, to cook, for everything. I ate lard until I was 16, and then after I got married, I would buy lard because I was used to using lard. And milk. We always had milk, because me and Norman milked. We had 2 cows, and Norman milked one, and I milked the other one. I got to milk the easy one. One of them was easy to milk, but Old John, we called her Old John. She was a girl, of course. Why they named her John, I don't know, but when Daddy bought her, that was her name, and she responded to it. And Belle was the name of the other one, and I milked Belle, and she was easy to milk. And then we'd carry the buckets to the house, and Mom would strain it, because we never washed them before we milked them. You just strain all the bad stuff out and put it in the crock and take it to the basement to keep it cool. We never had a refrigerator till I was 12 years old, and I was so tickled. But we had side meat, and Mom would cook soup, beans, and cornbread, and put some side meat in it, sow belly, and it would be so good. And I always liked the fat, and I would eat the fat. All my life I ate. And when we have a steak or anything now, if there's a little fat on it, I still eat it. It don't hurt me. And we eat butter all the time, and I have for many years. And here I am, 91 years old, still enjoying. I fixed a nice little breakfast for James and me this morning. Simple, but delicious. Sausage and egg and on a biscuit. And I had ham, because I like ham and egg on the biscuit. Delicious. You ought to see this cat. I'm going to see if I can take that phone over there and show you what this looks like. So hang on. All around Grandma does this all the time. I might as well. Here. She's just having such a time. Can you see her? No, not yet. There she is. Are you going to look into the mirror? Are you going to show them how pretty you are? She's got something there that she's just wrestling with. Well, shucks. There, I can see her now. Now she's going to groom herself a little while. But she has had a time over here, and I'm watching her all the time I'm talking to you, and it's kind of distracting. That's life. I'm back. If I knew how to switch this thing, I would switch it, but I don't know how. So anyway, James's secretary came over, and he had to sign some papers or something, I don't know, because he does houses. But as I was sitting in there this morning looking at some of my TikTok stuff, a girl came on and said, could I help you with your Christmas and New Year's gifts and stuff? And I told her, well, how sweet. But no, we are well provided for, and we thank the Lord for it. So when Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those come, he gives me a good grocery allowance. And you know what? We quit buying a lot of gifts for Christmas. We just keep it simple because we got everything we need. We are so blessed. And I'm so thankful to the good Lord for all of his many blessings. So God bless y'all today. And I'm still watching that cat. She has really doing it now. Let's see if we can see her. I'm looking. If we could make her a little bigger. She's just bouncing around. They're so entertaining. And I put on some, some shorts this morning, or TikTok. I just love playing with all that stuff that I can do. That keeps this 91-year-old brain going on. And I like it. So long. Walk that path where Jesus would be pleased with you. I'm trying. But I sure got aggravated this morning. Lord, forgive me for getting so aggravated when it was my mistake that I just didn't turn that off. I'm glad only 17 people saw it. Bye-bye. God bless you.